Hey everyone, Commander 2016 is less than a week away and we have a lot to go over. All deck lists are available and we've begun to crunch the numbers. In this video we're going to go over the 10 best reprints to come out of Commander 2016, so if you want a lesson in ultimate value, you've come to the right place. We'll begin with honorable mentions. There are certain cards you expect will be reprinted in each Commander set to some extent, and while these cards are important and definitely needed to be reprinted, over time they just aren't as impactful on the same scale as the cards we'll talk about in a bit. Solemn Simulacrum, Sol Ring, Lightning Greaves. Your bread and butter Commander cards, all great reprints, but all reprints we expect. Along similar lines, both Chaos Warp and Scavenging Ooze are getting reprinted, but neither of their prices were in danger of going crazy. I think they're both around the price they should be based on their power, and there hasn't been too much movement to suggest we have anything to worry about. So again, great reprints, but not impactful enough. Our last honorable mention is very specific, Hannah Ship's Navigator. I know a ton of you are pumped because you can finally get Hannah's amazing new artwork and not pay $40 for it. And I'm totally okay with that. I think it's great. But if we're talking best reprints, like most valuable reprints, Hannah's still super cheap. Cool card, glad we can finally get the new artwork on a budget, but the cards on this list are a bit more important, I'd say. Alright, let's dive in. Coming in at number 10, we actually have two cards, Gave Guru of Spores and Zedru the Great-Hearted. These are both reprint commanders in the new set, and I am ecstatic to see them. Both Gave and Zedru are incredibly popular, so popular in fact that they're both the second most popular commander in their colors. That's impressive. Due to this insane popularity, the prices of each have gone up steadily over time. We talk about cards being overpriced and that stops you from optimizing a specific deck, but imagine a commander being too expensive. You can't play the deck at all. That's awful. That must be how Animar players feel. Anyways, as you can see from these graphs, both of these commanders are worth a non-zero amount of dollars. Reprinting them now helps to nuke their prices, at least in the short term, allowing budget commander players to pick them up if they want to. If you don't cheapen the cost of commander cards in commander products, where else are you going to do it? These are great reprints. Number 9 is Ghostly Prison. This card has had an eventful few months. In thousands upon thousands of commander strategies, the Prison commanded a $15 price tag not 6 months ago. Conspiracy Take the Crown is printed, Ghostly Prison is back, price gets decimated, especially for the Conspiracy version itself. Flatlining around $3, players are happy. Commander 2016 deck lists are revealed, more Ghostly Prison reprints, price goes under $3 for the first time in almost 4 years. This 1-2 punch of Conspiracy plus Commander should be the nail in the coffin that the Prison's price needed. Sitting at around $2.50 now, the card is well within most players' price range. Much needed overkill reprint, I like it a lot. Taking up our number 8 spot, the Allied Painlands. Underground River and Karplusan Forest are both seeing new life in Commander 2016. This is especially important because the enemy Painlands have been getting a ton of love recently. Printed in both M15 and Magic Origins, the price of Caves of Koios hasn't really been a worry. While that's been happening, look at the price of Underground River. Now, the Allied Painlands have been printed 6 times before, but not once in the last 9 years. And with limited play and Lantern control for Underground River, and Tron for Karplusan Forest, you can bet these lands are now out of a comfortable price range. Timely reprints for sure. Keeping dual lands cheap should be a priority at Wizards. These land inclusions were a great catch. Coming in at number 7 is Master of Etherium. I know, right? What in the world is this card even doing in Commander 2016? Now, I know, it makes flavor sense to include it in Invent Superiority with Breya. I get that. But let's be real. Master of Etherium has actually never been all that popular of a commander card, believe it or not. It's in Sidri, Muzio, Memnarch, all good decks, but even in those strategies, it isn't played all that often. So when we're looking at Master of Ethereum's inclusion in this set, we have to assume it's a nod to modern Affinity players. Earlier this year, the Master spiked to around $15, and while that price has come down a little bit, going into Kaladesh, it was still around $10. Pretty pricey all things considered. This reprint in Commander 2016 has shaved off another $4, making the Master a cool $6. Much better price tag. The reason the Master is on the list is because it represents Wizards' ability to print non-Commander staples in Commander sets. We'll see another example of this in a bit, but this is an important indicator. Iroas God of Victory is number 6 on our list, and oh man am I happy about that. Super surprising reprint. I don't think anyone expected the gods to come back in any capacity for a while. And that's precisely why Iroas is so high up on this list. No legendary mythics are safe, which is honestly how it should be. Now, it's not like the entire Pantheon was reprinted or anything, but Iroas' inclusion is representative of what we could see in the future. As you can see, the god's price was climbing prior to this commander announcement. Now that we know he's coming back, all that work is for nothing as he plateaus down to a cool $3. For those of you who missed the god train, here's your chance to get Iroas. I'd take it. Cracking into the top 5 best reprints in Commander 2016 is Revelark. There's no trick or weird reason why Revelark is this high on the list. It's here because it's a friggin' great card that's played all over the place. Hugely popular in Commander strategies, including Carador, Rune, and Alicia, just to name a few. Thousands of players love Revelark. The reason it's so high up on the list is because of its additional value in Modern Nightfall and Kiki Court decks. Around the release of Shadows over Innistrad, Revelark jumped like mad, settling around $8. It didn't budge from this mantle until Commander 2016 was announced. You can get the new Commander version of the card for $5, which isn't as cheap as it used to be, but it's a lot better than it would be if it didn't get another printing. Revelark is on the list simply because it's played everywhere and players love it. It's just a super solid reprint that brings serious value to breeding lethality. It's nice. Coming in at number 4 is Homeward Path. This card simply will not stop increasing in price. It just won't. This is the 3rd Commander-specific printing now, and it just never stops going up. Clearly another preventative measure, but much more important than most, as it's one of the most popular lands in key Commander strategies, namely Zedru, Mile, and Kaalia. While the Path doesn't see the play Lightning Greaves or Sol Ring does, it's quickly becoming far too popular not to print all the time. I'm relieved it's back. It's very important. Cutting the price in half will help, at least temporarily, maybe for a month. I don't know. Ugh. Top 3 time, taking up the next spot, another pair of cards, Oath of Druids and Forbidden Orchard. I mention them together because they are a package deal in Vintage. Oath of Druids, not all that popular in Commander, which makes this reprint even more important. Most thought it was on the reserve list or abandoned Commander. Neither of those are true. While this reprint may increase the card's popularity in Commander, what this represents is most important. Oath of Druids is a Vintage card first and foremost. This reprint means that Wizards is willing to print Vintage staples, if they can, in sets that don't impact Standard. I think this could be a sign of things to come, a good sign. Commander seems like a great place to reprint crazy powerful Vintage staples. Can't really fit those anywhere else and not wreak havoc, you know? Forbidden Orchard gets an additional nod because while it is also a Vintage staple in the Oath deck, it's also independently popular in Commander. Feldegriff, Zedru, something cheeky like Gliss of the Trader, Forbidden Orchard is great. Plus, it's not like the card couldn't use a reprint. Champions of Kamigawa was its only real printing as far as I'm concerned. Being in Commander 2016 almost cuts the price in half. Quality of life reprint for sure. Top 2, things are starting to get heavy. Can you tell by the art which card this is? That's right, Kalonian Hydra. Before you all freak out and say that this doesn't deserve the number 2 spot, have you seen the Hydra's cost lately? Above $10 each. For a casual staple. That's an absurd price tag. We're talking Woodfall Primus absurd before reprints started being a thing. It's important to remember that casual players make up the vast majority of Magic consumers. And while it's great to get modern and vintage staples printed in these sets, cards like Kalonian Hydra should be priorities. There's no reason this staple should be over $10. Some people just want to play their Vorl of the Hallclade or Gave or Xenaghost decks, and they should be able to. Kalonian Hydra is a great card, but it's a casual card. If casual cards don't get reprinted here, then where? It's a slam dunk reprint. Really shows that Wizards has at least a finger on the pulse of the casual MTG community. This is good stuff. Alright, finally made it. Number 1. Which card do you think takes the cake? If you guessed Chromatic Lantern, you'd be right. Again, I'm sure this is out of left field for a lot of you, but before you curse me out in the comments, let me explain. Reprints like Zedru and Gave allow players to play specific strategies. Reprints like Oath of Druids and Master of Etherium introduce players to new cards and strategies they may not know about already. There are so many reasons to reprint cards, but the best reason? To help players do what they want to do. Chromatic Lantern is the epitome of that idea. An artifact that can go into any strategy, mana fix in any way you want, and it ramps you. We're talking about a universally good card that any player could find a use for. Because of this, Chromatic Lantern is one of the most played cards in the entire format, and it shows. The price has been creeping up for years. A staple of this magnitude cannot be left alone to spike into infinity. Commander 2016's reprint cuts the value down to around $5, giving players a chance to get this universal staple while they can. Let me be clear, Kalonian Hydra, great for green players, Ghostly Prison, great for white players, Iroas, great for red-white players, Chromatic Lantern, great for everyone. So when we talk about best, we talk about most impactful, most valuable. I say that thousands upon thousands of players getting Chromatic Lantern $3 cheaper than normal has more impact than any other card on this list, hands down. I honestly don't think it's very close at all. We finally made it to the end of the video. I gotta know what you're thinking. Where would you rate the Commander 2016 reprints? Any opinions on our ratings? Please leave them in the comments and we'll talk about it. Also, Commander 2016 itself. It'll be out in less than a week, and we've been hard at work getting some sweet deck techs and upgrade lists ready for you. So stay tuned for more Commander 2016 awesomeness. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. This video is brought to you in part by TCGplayer.com. If you're as excited as I am about Commander 2016 and you have the ability to pre-order the set of 5, you should definitely be doing that. On TCG Player right now, you can pre-order the whole set for $138. That's a little over $27 per deck. That's crazy. That's insane value. If you don't have a local game store or the prices are too high, just click this link and enjoy the value.
Wow.